My name is Tracey. I want to thank everyone for coming out for such an important event. I'm here to share my story about my son, Byron. My son, Byron, was 19 years old when he passed away, May 25th, 2011. Before I go on, I'm going to tell you a little bit about Byron. Byron was the oldest of my 4 sons. Byron was my backbone. Byron was my best friend. I grew up with Byron. I was 17 when I had Byron. So me and Byron kind of grew up together. Byron was there for me in my best times and my worst times. Never in a million years did I think I would be burying my son. That's not the way it was designed. But as we all know, as we all can testify, we have no say in who goes first. By the time we leave here today, I really hope, that everyone that leaves here, every single one of us, can convince someone else to become an organ donor. Because this is a very, very important cause, and there's no need for all these people to die senselessly. So my story began, like I said, on May 25th, 2011. It was like a normal day. It was the first hot day of that year. My son went swimming. I went home to get ready for work. Around midnight, I got a call from my sister, hysterical. My son had drowned. I go to the hospital. Well, I'm sorry, months before, me and him had a discussion. He was very silly. He played a lot, he was happy. And he told me that he wanted to be an organ donor. I brushed it off. I never thought about it myself because of a lot of the myths that you guys have heard yourself. I brushed it off. He kept repeating it. Mom, I want to be an organ donor. Mom, this is what I want to do. So I'm like, okay, Byron, we'll go and we'll change it on your ID. Never got around to doing it. That was February of that same year. So when I got to the hospital that evening and my son had passed away, I went through the motions. I was upset, I was hurt, I was hysterical. And I got a call. That call was from Gift of Life. The first thing they asked me was I okay? Which I thought was very nice. And then they proceeded to ask me about my wishes for my son's organs. First thing that came to my mind was, no, I'm not doing it. You know, he's going with what he came with. And then I thought about my son and what he wanted. So I did the right thing. And I followed his decision. Which was a lesson to me, so many others in my family, friends, co-workers, and people that were just ignorant, just like myself. I never took the time to get educated, but it was my son who educated me. And I'm here today as a testimony, regardless of the situation, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of how much you're hurt, you can still do something and help extend this person's legacy, because that's exactly what it is. By them giving any simple part of themselves, their legacy will live on. After we're gone, after our other children are gone, their legacy will still live on because they helped someone else to continue to live their life, which led them to have more children, more grandchildren, more great-grandchildren. Without that simple gift, it would not be possible. Another thing that I think we all fail to realize is that could be us one day, needing that vital organ. And how selfish would it be if the person that had given us their organ had felt the same way as we did? I'm not gonna do it. I heard this, I heard that. We can stand up and fight for everything. This is something that's very important that we all need to stand up and fight for. And us as minorities, it's even worse because we can understand the struggle. And this is definitely a struggle. So I'm here today to share my son's story in hopes that it will educate and encourage others to do the same that he did. He was only 19 years old. He barely lived his life, but he knew enough about life to know that he wanted to share life and help someone else continue their life. That's one of the things that helps me get up out the bed and continue my life every day, knowing that he made the right decision and that he's with the Lord, and I will see him again. So everyone, continue to enjoy this ceremony, and God bless. And just do it. It's so simple. It saves so many lives. Don't think about why not to do it. How about you think about the reasons you should do it? Thank you.
Amen, amen.